In this video, I'm going to teach you about the master server. The master server is a tool used for facilitating network games. It basically works like this. When player A creates a new multiplayer game, they send information about that game to the master server. Then player B can ask the master server for a list of people hosting games. Player B finds that player A is hosting a game. Then, using the connection info provided by the master server, can connect directly with player A. Essentially, the master server is a middleman. It's a place where player A and player B can meet to exchange contact information and connect with each other. The master server doesn't have anything to do with the game after the client and server are connected. It just facilitates the connection. Let's take a look at some code. I've created a master server's utils class that will handle a lot of the master server settings behind the scenes. The first thing we have is a unique game type. This game type should be specific to your game and your game only. When registering with the master server, this unique game type distinguishes your game from all the others. Also in the master server utils is the configure master server. The master server by default will connect to the Unity servers. The Unity servers provide a testing interface for the master server. This is not recommended for running a production game. The test master servers are frequently down and not reliable enough for regular use. When releasing your own multiplayer game, if you want to use the master server functionality, you can provide your own master server. The master server project is provided by Unity, which can be compiled and produces a masterserver.exe. The master server utils class also provides common functionality, like the request host list. This is an asynchronous call to the master server to fill the master server's host list. Then later, when we want to list our hosts, we simply call pull host list, which will retrieve the list of hosts stored locally. Finally, this class will allow us to register with the master server using a game name and comment. This will call master server register hosts using our unique game type and this specific game name along with a comment about the game. The first thing we need to do to test this is to register a server with our master host. Since we're going to be using our custom settings, we're going to run a master server locally and connect to it. A compiled version of the master server has been provided in your resources directory. Running the master server locally looks like this. It's a console window that will display information when clients connect or request information. You can see that when we start a server, we're going to initialize the server and then call master server utils register with master server, passing in our game name and a comment about the game. The next step in testing is to request a host list and attempt to connect to our own server. The master server interface class provides a list of hosts, a selection interface, as well as events for when hosts are selected. It uses coroutines to regularly update the host list to ensure we're always up to date. Let's take a look at this in Unity. We can see that no hosts have been found, and our master server is showing connections for us polling for servers. Pressing the spacebar, we'll start our new server, and we'll see that it's added to the master server, and the next time we update our list, we found one server, Linda's Game, and we can join it if we desire. At the moment, this does nothing because all we have is a test interface. In this video, I've taught you about the master server and its uses. The approach of having a middleman for connecting players is a common one. It's useful to reduce the amount of networking configuration and knowledge each player has to have before hosting or joining a game. This approach is also a pretty inexpensive and convenient way to connect players. Most of the bandwidth will be directly between the two players and not using your own server. Further, this allows for players to find each other by game name instead of needing to know each other's IP addresses. This allows players to find each other and connect, which is the first step in getting a multiplayer game.